So for instance, the biggest challenge we've gotten in terms of breeding is getting really pure breeds that we can try and mix with our goats to improve the genetics. But because I'm a vet, again, working with institutions in the country, I've worked with Calro. We are in conversation to try and get the really good goat breeds in the country to mix with our goats.
Agriculture ni devolved function. Kwa hivyo county government tungewasihi sana wa participate kwa kudevelop agribusiness.
Ugonjwa wa kwanza ule mkubwa sana ni ugonjwa ambao ni wa pneumonia. Pia mbuzi wako na pneumonia.
Pia mbuzi unajua uwezi wafungia kutoka January mpaka December, so sometimes you'll find mbuzi wengine wanatoroka wanapata mimba, saa zile hawastahili kupata mimba, though it's a natural way of life.
Minyoo pia hufanya afya yao iende chini. Na pia kukua kwao inakuwa ngumu sana.
And we are back. Very many thanks for choosing to stay with us on this hour, and we will be continuing with our conversation on goat farming in Kenya. Now, from those clips that we have played, we've had different farmers talk to us about the challenges that they have been facing in the goat agri sector. And with our farmers right here in studio, especially during this time in the wake of climate change, we're experiencing floods as a country, and some of the people who have been greatly affected are our farmers. Would like to hear from you, Dr. Okech. Maybe you can tell us during this period, what have you experienced that has really challenged you as a goat farmer?
Thank you. I think one of the challenges exist like now during the floods. Harvesting some feeds is a problem. Like one, you need to, there's a feed we call Lucerne. Lucerne is very nutritious for animals. We don't like giving it to our animals as a wet forage. We like harvesting it and then we dry it.
Right.
And most of Lucerne farmers are in Naivasha. So again, transporting that kind of a feed to this side of town has been a little bit difficult. So that is a challenge that we are experiencing with some of those feeds. And again, being a rainy season, those who are free-ranging their goats, you might not be able to freely let them free-range like before. Either they can be caught up in the floods, you know, or yeah, they can be caught up in the floods and be swept away.
Right.
For us, we are zero grazing. So again, some of these challenges, especially on that other side, has not come to us, mostly on the feed side.
Right.
Yeah.
Kabla tuende pia mapumzikoni, kulikuwa na tatizo anazungumzia Henry hapa. Kwako daktari, swala la kusafirisha mwanambuzi ama mbuzi dume kutoka mahali mbali hadi apeane sasa ile tunaita manii kwa yule mbuzi, ni hatari gani ipo?
Thank you so much, Terrell. The issue of moving goats from one area to the other poses significant challenges to the farmers and even to issues of animal production. One of them, when you move animals from one area to the other, you're not even sure of the diseases that these animals may be carrying from one herd to the other. Issues to do with brucellosis, which is quite a serious fertility issue. When you move an animal kutoka kwa shamba la Henry kupeleka kwa shamba la mtu mwingine, hauko sure kama lile dume umetoa hapa lina ugonjwa, and there's a very big concern if you take that animal to the other area and it's already infected, you cause a complete infection of your stock in that area. Number two, there are other issues to do with making this male to be so much exhausted during the process of mating. Because wakati umepatia ndume kike, unafaa umpatie muda wa mapumziko. Wakati amepanda wale kike, in the ratio of 1:10 females, we're supposed to give him some period to rest. So wakati umemsafirisha kutoka area moja kwenda area lingine na lingine, umpatie nafasi ya kupumzika. Kwa hivyo utapata ile mbegu ambayo anatoa inapunguka in the strength of the semen that is being produced. There's also the other aspect of inbreeding. Wakati nimetoa mbuzi langu kutoka kwa Henry kupeleka mahali kwingine, maybe siku moja Henry atatoka hapa, haende kule ambapo walipeleka wale mbuzi wake bila kujua, akachukua ndume lingine pale, alileta kwa shamba lake. That one will pose a serious challenge in inbreeding, and the strength of those goats that Henry is keeping will go reducing time with time. So what farmers can do to eliminate these challenges, wakati una set up ile farm yako ya mbuzi, make sure you identify good traits in a male in the ratio of 1 male is to 10 goats, that is 10 does, that will bring to your farm and maintain the genetics of your farm.
Tushikilie hapo kwa swala la changamoto. Kuna swala la predators ambao wanavamia sana shamba lako kwa mfano. Nataka unipatie hiyo changamoto kama umekumbana nalo Wangoe.
Naam, tumekumbana na hilo changamoto. But the funny thing is that the predators are still part of our animals at the farm. our dogs. So our dogs attacked our first goat, and they really gave it a big bite, which was very heavy on it. It didn't recover from that, so we lost that goat. We have experienced it again with one of our kids. So that has been a big challenge. So we had to set up systems, how we prevent the dogs from interacting with the goats at any point, especially at night when we have to lock up that space. We have to be very aggressive with how we protect our goats from all sides, from the bottom of the structure, where the dogs could come in. They're aggressive also, wanajaribu kuchimba, ndio waingie. They're very naughty, but what a farmer could do also, if you're starting a farm, you could get your puppies when they're still young to interact with your goats so that they get to at least know each other before they grow up.
All right. Now, you've talked about the challenge of dogs, predators attacking your goat. Now, if I come to you, Mr. Peter King, let's talk about ticks that could really affect our goats and the hygiene practices that you need to make sure you adhere to in your goat farm to ensure that there's no ticks. What do those hygiene practices look like, and how often do you need to do it?
Well, when you're talking about ticks, I'd say they are of very, very great economic significance because they cause several diseases such as deliriosis. So when you're talking about hygiene, I would talk about routine management.
Right.
Because there's something called rotational grazing. Because when you are doing zero grazing, like the dairy farmers, ticks are not such a great burden. But when you are grazing, what you are used to, that is extensive farming, you have to occasionally change and also spray your goats. And depending on the burden, you can do it once a week, twice a week, or even once in every 2 weeks. So that is first, and the other thing is pasture management.
Are there any specific body parts in the goat that you need to keep checking because maybe the ticks hide there often? Yeah,
ticks can be very elusive because they are not going to be somewhere where you can readily see them. Right. So you're going to see them under the armpits, what we call the inguinal area, or you can see them even in the ears. So look for the hidden parts.
Right. Okay. Kwako Henry, kuna changamoto amezungumzia hapa bwana Okech akataja kuhusiana na vyakula. Je, kwako umekutana na vyakula ambavyo vina toxins?
Changamoto ya chakula imekuwa kubwa sana kwa wakulima wengi. Sababu ukiangalia hizi chakula hizi especially zenye zinatengenezwa na makampuni mbalimbali tunaita these commercial feeds. Shida moja inakuwa ni gharama iko juu sana. Alafu unaweza kuta kwa gunia ile information wamepeana kuhusiana na hicho chakula, kama ni madini iko na asilimia fulani, hiyo chakula hakuna kitu kama hicho. Such that ukipea mbuzi wako hicho chakula unaona hakiwasaidii kabisa. Na mara nyingine kama vile umesema, tunakutana pia na chakula kingine ambacho kimetengenezwa na hizo kampuni. Lakini hicho chakula yale malighafi walitumia kutengeneza kama kina mahindi na ingine ni yale yameoza. Yale tunasema binadamu hawezi tumia. Na kama binadamu hawezi tumia, watu wanafikiria wanyama wanaweza tumia. Na hicho chakula kina sumu. So najua wakulima wengi ambao wameadhiliwa sana na hicho chakula, wamekinunua kutoka kwa hayo makampuni. Sasa sijui serikali inaweza fanya namna gani kusaidia hapo.
Right. So it's very evident that feeds is an issue. And also, as Dr. Okech had talked about, floods are causing an issue when it comes to feeds as well. Mr. Peter King, as we try to help our farmers and give them solutions to their problems, how can we prepare ourselves for these unprecedented times? You know, floods are probably going to be here for quite some time, and we want our farmers to continue thriving and doing their agriculture in the best way possible. What advice are you going to give them in the preparation? And also, what potential unusual diseases are we going to maybe see during this very adverse weather conditions?
Okay, I'd say I would give it two approaches. Wow. Number one, in terms of disaster management, because as Terero was saying, there are farmers who have lost a lot of animals. And I also saw a video yesterday during the recent catastrophe at Mai Mahiu. And may their souls rest in peace. And farmers have lost livelihoods because of such unprecedented times. We need to have a veterinary response unit. We've seen Red Cross, but I haven't seen a response unit for the animals. So these are people who are losing their livelihoods. They might be safe, but the animals are not. So you've saved them, but you've not saved the animals. And number two, I would give it a different approach in terms of diseases. It has been recorded that following floods, Rift Valley fever comes a lot. So this is the time that the government should roll out vaccination campaigns to the farmers.
Okay.
All right. Great. Fantastic conversation happening right here in studio. We are taking another short commercial break. But before we do that, this is the moment where we get to speak to our farmers. Farmers who want to grow, farmers who want to thrive in the agri-sector that they are in. Ukiingia katika mambo ya ukulima and you're doing it as a farmer alone, with your might, alone by yourself, you expose yourselves to a lot of risks. Some of the risks that you could be exposing yourself to as a farmer who's trying to do everything by themselves include the risk of getting fake fertilizer, the risk of also getting fake seeds or poor quality seedlings, the risk of not getting market at all, and also the biggest risk that our farmers are facing right now is natural calamities such as flood. You've seen in the headlines so many farmers are counting heavy losses due to floods. Now, as a smart farmer who's doing agribusiness, kumbuka ufanye hii kitu just because it's a hobby ama you're passing time. You want to make sure that you get good harvest, and also at the end of the day you get good returns. Now, the best way for you to do that is by lessening the impact of such risks. How do you do that? We do have a solution for you right here at Kenya's Gold, because we do care about our farmers. Now, these are the solutions. Number one, join hands with other farmers and form a cooperative society. When you are in a cooperative society, it does increase your chances of getting financial assistance. You're guaranteed to get quality seeds, quality seedlings, fertilizer, agronomy services from professionals. You're also guaranteed to get training, and also something very important, you're guaranteed to get markets. And remember, forming a cooperative society is not rocket science. Just from 10 members, you are good to go. Now, another smart move that you can take as a farmer is making sure that you take insurance for your crops, your livestock, and your poultry as well. Insurance here, magari too. You can also insure your agricultural crops. And how do you do that? All you have to do is either take the insurance as a member in your cooperative society, or you can do it as an individual. You walk into any cooperative branch in any part of the country and apply for an agricultural insurance from either CIC or any agricultural insurance that's offering the insurance for you as a farmer. Now, also, you do remember it's not a must for you to have an account with the cooperative bank to get the agricultural insurance. So you can either do it as an individual, or together with your members of your cooperative, you can get your agricultural insurance. Now, there's also more good news. In case you're not able to pay for the full insurance premium at once, we get it. Times are tough. You may be servicing a loan somewhere. There's school fees, there's bills, money is tight. You do not have to worry about how you're going to pay for your insurance premium, because the cooperative bank is able to give you insurance premium financing. What this means is the bank pays the full premium on your behalf, then it recovers the amount in manageable installments. So you as a farmer, you'll be 100% taken care of from risks such as floods, which are greatly affecting our farmers right now, fake seedlings, fake fertilizer, low quality seeds, just by joining a cooperative society and also insuring your crops, your livestock, and your poultry. And do remember, you do have the support of financial institutions like the Cooperative Bank. Now with that, you will not only watch your crops grow, but you'll also watch yourself grow and thrive as a farmer. Right here at Kenya's Gold, we do take care of you, and at Cooperative Bank, they're very keen in empowering and supporting the farmer. We're taking another short commercial break right now, but when we come back, we will talk about how lucrative is the goat farming agri sector. See you after this break.